What's going on, everyone? It is Saturday, time for our Saturday live stream. Now, I'm not really prepared for this at all. We're kind of just going with the flow to see what has been going on. I've been pretty busy the past couple days, and I'm going to be pretty busy today. I got to take a couple trips into Red Deer, and oh my gosh, I got like 3 or 4 hours of driving to do today. And the crappy thing is, one is, at the first half, I can actually map it all with the Hive Mapper, which will be awesome. But the second half is going to suck because in the winter time, there's set dates and times that you can only map, and then it starts getting too dark, especially here in Canada. It's only like 9:30 to 3 o'clock. So the first half here I can get done, but the second half is all going to be in the dark, and I won't be able to map. So that sucks. I'm kind of mad about that. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a quick roll call. We see Red Panda Mining Raid rocked in the house, so welcome everyone from Panda's Raid. What are you guys doing over there? What's been going on? Fudwiser's a pirate. Shay Mining, what's going on? Mike Baldwin, what's going on, Mike Baldwin? We've been, breeding some Rexes. We got some Gigas. We're getting ready for bosses, and I haven't seen you for a while. What's up, Mike Baldwin? What are you doing? Kiss Ruckus, what's going on? Green Hash. Rud Putz, what's going on? Pirate, I think I already said that. Skirm. Scroll. What do we got here? Cake is great. Hey, I agree with that. Cake is great. How's it going? Cake is great. Savage White Zero, what's happening? Obed Bastia, Chris Hanlon, Robert over four, something. Best friend, Golden Wolf, what's happening? Son of a Rabid Panda, Ace K, what's going on? Bad Cat again, I think I may have said that, I'm not sure. Scrolling through here, I can't say that name, but welcome. Snark's Domain, what's going on, Snark? Deja Pedo, Red Jasper Kane, Savage White Zero, Travelers Travels, jumped on me, Crypto YS, Femith Lenners, something like that. So what's going on? What are you guys up to? What's been going on in crypto? You guys tell me, because like I said, I've been busy the past couple days. It's crazy, but I did see one thing right here. This guy, you guys seen this? What is this? Doge Ether, Doge or do get her. Do get her. Why did Pyron just pop up? I don't want that. Stop it. But yeah, so, oh my gosh, don't be doing this to me. Not now. So anyway, it looks like there's a new Dogecoin. People are capitalizing on Doge like crazy. It looks to be on the ETH hash algorithm. Let's just kind of take a look at new coins here right quick. Yeah, Doge Tether, Doge Getter, whatever the heck. Let's zoom in here because, like I said, I'm only in 720p and it's kind of crappy. I did call the people and say, you know what? My download is good. It's like 130 to 170, but the upload has only been like 4. I'm like, I'm supposed to be getting at least 10. When I first got it, the first 2 days were like 12. I kind of talked about this last week, but it's only been like 3 to 4. This morning, I thought I could do 1080 because it was back to 11. Then just before the stream, it was back down to like 5 or 6. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I was telling them, I was on the phone with them. I'm like, fix this. I need a faster upload speed. You're supposed to be giving me at least 10. And they're like, oh, well, we know. I'm like, I don't care about the download speed. I'll go down to a lower level. I want the upload speed. Well, can you try uploading something? I'm like, it doesn't work that way. It's laggy. It's not working. I won't be able to know for sure how well it works to my next live stream and all this stuff. And they're like, well, we could try to do some tweak. I'm like, you get it done in the next 3 days or I'm sending all my stuff back to you. I don't want your crap if it's not going to work. And that's exactly what I said. And it's like, well, we'll see what we can do in our end. And it's still broken. So we'll see what happens here, but I'll probably just send this back and try something else eventually. This is garbage. I don't like it. Anyway, so that's where we're at right now. We're in 720 still. It looks like Bell's got added into here with the script, so that's awesome. Whoa, network hash rate is picking up quite a bit. But there we go. Do get her. Doge Ether. Doge Thur. I don't know. Anyway, it's on Ethash, using, is it going to do anything? Probably not. It'll probably get some instant pump because it does look like Dogecoin right off the get-go, but really it's not. No idea what's going on. The profitability was nice, but we'll see what happens as time goes by. Who knows? You know what? Meme coins are just stupid. Meme coins just do whatever. They explode 200 million% and then they crash down to nothing. So you know what? Maybe you can make a lot of money. Maybe you won't. I have no idea. But that's that. Crazy stuff going on here. But what's the current mining profitability looking like on GPU? So we got the 4090 is still hanging out on Pyron. Pyron, it's down to only $1.94 though at 11-cent power, so that kind of sucks. 7900X. What is this? AIPG. AIPG. What is this coin? This is something that popped up recently. Kapow. Oh, okay, cancel that. Don't care. Kapow. As soon as I see Kapow, I'm done. Okay, but profitability is there, but so is your power bill. It looks like AIPG across the board here. That's interesting. I still mine Carlson. Personally, myself, I go to the 4090 here. I just mine Carlson. You know, the yields are up. And Carlson seems to be the only fork right now that's very, very active. They got a MEXC listing happening. They're constantly trying to get listed. It seems like they're doing things, or at least trying to. Maybe they're not doing anything on the blockchain side, but they're at least trying to get their name out and get listed on CoinMarketCaps and hit these exchanges and so on. So to me, you know what? It looks like they're doing something. Pyron, it just has less hash. That's the only reason why it's currently more profitable. Smaller block rewards. If we actually look into mining pool stats here, here's an interesting feature. It's not everyone knows about it, but this is what I like to look at a lot, and that is, how come it's not showing it? What's going on here? It's not there. Do I have to minimize it? I missed that. Was that there before? Yeah, it's not there in that screen. Interesting. So now here's a mission schedule. This is what I look at emissions. Which coin is paying miners the most? Those are the coins that can absorb the most amount of hash rate depending on the hardware that you have. Obviously, Bitcoin is SHA-256. That's all ASICs here. Kaspa's ASICs, but it's paying out a crap ton here. 1.38 million. Looking pretty good, but still a fraction of what Ethereum was. Dogecoin, yeah, we know that. ETC is up there, back in 4th place. Interesting. Chia is in 5th place, rocking it. A lot of people hate Chia, don't like it, blah, blah. It's too, you're not making anything, but you can't deny the fact that Chia is paying miners more than every coin below it. Yeah, you see that? Every coin, you know, Raven coin lovers, Chia's paying more than you. Deal with it. That's the way it's working. So, you know, there's a lot of hard drives on it. Difficulty is up. That's why the profitability isn't absolutely insane. But, you know, you can't argue the fact that it's paying 305,000. Litecoin's only paying 276 right now based on all the prices. Bitcoin Cash is at 276. Look at Carlson, it's in 8th. Carlson is in 8th place. Where's Pyron? Is it even on here? Pyron's not even in the top 25. So there was some people saying, you know, Carlson or Pyron has almost the same hash as Carlson now. Well, that's not entirely true. In theory, you need 4 times the hash of Carlson to equal the same amount of hardware on it as yeah, on Pyron. So because Pyron, like a 4090, for example, is like 18 or 19 gigahash on Pyron, it's only like 4.5 or so gigahash on Carlson. So you need way more hash rate, 4 times more, to equal the same amount of hardware. So that's a little thing to look out there. Zephyr is at $153K. It's been falling like crazy. 1769, is that what it's actually down to right now? 17 bucks? Come on, let's do this. Keep dropping. Dump, dump, dump. You guys are like, no, don't dump. Please don't dump on us. I seriously want this to dump to like $5. It's down to 1773, the lowest it's been in a long time. You know, I sold a lot of coins at like, it was like $12.80 or something. I sold a little bit more of the rest of my bag because I couldn't sell it all in time because I didn't think it would keep going up, but it did. But, you know, it pumped like crazy. I was mining Zeph at like $1 to $2 for a very long time, and then all of a sudden it went to like $5-6. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wait a little bit more. Next day it hit like $12. So okay, I'm selling. And then I couldn't sell, and I sold the rest last couple hundred coins or something at like $10, but I sold most of it at 12. And then, you know, it kept going up. Like, oh my gosh, this sucks. But now, you know, I'm waiting for $5 F again. I think there's going to be one more major dip happen before the Bitcoin happen. We're seeing a dip across crypto right now in the past few days, but I think sometime February to March, depending when the halving will probably happen sometime April, May-ish in that area. So I think just prior to the halving, we're going to see one more pretty major dip in the market before the halving, and then we're going to be in constant green. So will Zeph hit $5? I have no idea. I'm happy with it at least $10 so I can buy a majority of it back in. And then also on the way up, I was selling Zeph every single day. You know, when it was up to $25, $30, $50 at that point, I was selling it every day. Every day I was selling. It was like $150, $200 a day or something on the farm. I was just selling it all. That way when it drops back down, hopefully I could double up or something. So I'm still waiting for a lot larger of a dip here. Will it happen? I have no idea. I'm definitely hoping it does, but I definitely don't want to miss the boat, because one thing with Zeph is very interesting. You know, I really have a feeling, like, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form, but I've been comparing this with XMR. Now, it does have a few extra features other than XMR. XMR is obviously the privacy coin and everything, but Haven is built on XMR to be a random, a privacy stablecoin, the first one. Now, their PR team wasn't the greatest because a lot of people didn't even know it existed, but that's exactly what Zeph did, is they forked XMR at first, and then they forked Haven, combined the two. Now they got this private stablecoin that's built on XMR. They're doing both of them within their own ecosystem. So in theory, they're already doing more than XMR. Early 2016 XMR, they have been outperforming it. Let's just kind of look at some price ranges right now. Let's go XMR price here. Just kind of give you an idea what we're talking about. We're going coin market cap, XMR. Oh no, why are we in light mode? That's bad stuff. Well, you guys are probably talking to me and giving me stuff to yell about, and I'm missing all. I apologize. I'll take a glimpse in a minute. But let's go to all time here, and we're going to look at early 2016 XMR. Right about in here. We're going to scroll back down, 2016 XMR. And here we are. Look at XMR. XMR used to only be like 82 cents, 50 cents, 91 cents, something cents, $4, $2, $8, and so on. But like, this is Zephyr range right here. And then we saw Zephyr hit $50, which is crazy. But 2016, it was all, look, $9, $10, $12, and so on. And then one of the first major bull runs. Now, there was a big bull run in 2013. It wasn't huge, didn't bring a lot of people. But 2017 is when people really started looking into Bitcoin and crypto, because Bitcoin went to like 17 or 18,000 or something crazy. So XMR actually went from, as we can see here, a couple dollars, $6, $8. 2017, the following year, it shot up to $456. Now we're in this range right now on Zeph, and Zeph, it has been outperforming it. You can see $5 to $8. Zeph has been at $1 to $2 for a long time, and then shot up to 50, and now it's down to 17 or so. So 2025. Could Zephyr possibly shoot up to at least $400? I feel there's a huge possibility for this. I don't know if it'll actually happen, but if it did, that's a massive bag gain moving forward. So this is one of the coins I really don't want to miss the boat. At the same time, this could do nothing. We could possibly, when it hit $50, that could be the all-time high, and maybe it never sees $20 again from this point, now that it's down to 17. We have no freaking idea. But the possibility is looking pretty crazy on what it could potentially do. And that's what we're all about here in crypto, right? It's all about the potential. We have the potential to frickin' become gazillionaires with some of these coins. I'm not saying it's Zeph or anything, but yeah, I'm just looking at what Monero did, and Zeph has been outperforming it by pretty decent amount. So, XMR has a huge community, though. It's backed by it's a standard all on its own. So it's really hard to defeat that purpose. But what is with Raptorium? I don't know. I'm not sure. A lot of people are obviously not talking, they're not all pumped up about it. I feel it's going to do some good things. I don't really know much about what's going on. All I know is some major things are going to be happening. Let's look at the price right now. What is Raptorium looking like? I think it's going to do something good. That's why I've been holding quite a bit of this as well. Maybe I'm just going to be a bag holder for life. That's definitely a possibility. But there's also a possibility that this is going to be, if I get a Lambo off Raptorium, I've been saying this for a while. I'm going to paint that thing with the Raptorium logo on the hood. if it becomes a thing. But yeah, Raptorium here, as we can see, all-time high. It shot up to the node frenzy at the early beginning here, up to 7, almost 8 cents. I think it did break 8 cents if you really zoom in, and then now it's down to 0.0016. It has been gaining a little bit here over the past little bit. 1 year you saw another spike up here, now it's down. So it's doing some things, but they have been actively developing through this entire bear market. It's not like a coin just sat there and did nothing. They've been getting a lot of development going on, and pretty soon there is good assets. They've been in testnet for a few months now, ready for, it's not 100% ready for mainnet, but pretty darn close. Going to be coming soon. And then supposedly, I don't know, I don't follow the blockchain side of things, But remember what happened with Ethereum? Ethereum was sitting at $50 to $100, and all of a sudden it came out with DeFi, and all these things started building across it on it. And I can't remember what you call the layer. Like, I know layer 1, layer 2, blah, blah, blah. But I don't remember what it's actually called on what their transactions and what their stuff is on. It's the majority of the chains use it. Now, supposedly, Bitcoin and all these coins are UTXO. Raptorium is UTXO, and it's supposed to be one of the first UTXO coins or blockchains to add DeFi. So we're thinking early Ethereum stuff here. So they're adding a UTXO based DeFi platform built on Raptorium. Assets are coming, and it could be big, it could be major, it might not, but it is a huge step, and they've been building on this for a while. It's going to be done on building on a code where anybody can pretty much build, because they're not using some super high-tech language that some blockchains use where you need specific training and know-how and knowledge to build on certain blockchains. This is going to be built on basic type of coding, like Python and stuff like that, stuff that most people that do anything with coding, it'll allow for a lot more people to be able to build on it if they want to build on it. So I think that's a big thing. It's coming. It hasn't released yet, obviously, but we'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out when it does mature. It could turn into something major, or it could just be something standard, but I do think we'll probably shoot for a new all-time high. Maybe it's not this run, maybe it's in 2029, but I feel something big could happen across that, and that's why it's one of the only coins I've actually really been holding on to, and now my next other one now has kind of been Zeph. But other than that, I don't really know how it's going to play out. Like I said, we don't know what's going to happen in crypto. We have no idea, but cool things are going to come on it. iNode's lowered tax. Okay, that's interesting. They lowered their node tax. That would be huge. Alvadis Jokabaz. Alvadis says 100x easy. He says that's huge. See, like I said, I'm just basing off things I've read and heard on some of their streams and stuff like that. Like on the blockchain side of things, I don't know exactly what any of that means. I'm a miner, but it sounds pretty good. Like you get that down where things started building on Ethereum. They got their DeFi platform, and that's really what caused Ethereum to explode. And now Raptorium is supposed to be one of the first UTXO-based DeFi platforms that are getting built, which it sounds cool. I don't really 100% exactly know what that means, but it sounds like big things could be coming in my mind. Again, I don't know, but Alvadis, he kind of knows what that means. So I guess, it could be huge. It might not be. We don't know, but it sounds like it could be something big. That's why I've been holding this coin for a very long time. I could have sold my Raptorium for, when I hit that all-time high based on the coins I had then, I probably could have been a couple $100,000, but right now, I've been holding on to it. I got 2 smart nodes up, and I'm just waiting and seeing what happens there. It's going to be interesting times. Nexa is 10x larger than RTM, but if RTM is first, then it will be larger than Nexa. And that's the other thing. If you guys caught on to, remember Mindsum did that big Nexa thing, right? He did the thing, the interview with Nexa. And one thing Nexa is that, it's going to become FPGA and eventually ASIC because they want to speed up the blockchain or something like that. And they're going to need that hardware, they're saying. But one of their main points was that it's going to be built on easy code for people to build on Nexa. And that's what Raptorium's been doing before Nexa even existed. This is one of the things that Raptorium said was going to be happening on the Raptorium network, and Nexa wasn't even around at that time. So, that gives you an idea of how big maybe RTM could hit, because they're doing everything before Nexa. And the only thing difference really, besides the UTXO platform and stuff, is that Nexa actually wants to move over to FPGAs and ASICs. And where Raptorium is going to be, GPUs do pretty decent on Ghost Rider right now. And another thing is CPUs are absolutely awesome on it. And, the decentralization across there will allow anybody to be able to mine Raptorium. Well, Nexa will turn into specialized hardware. The other big thing is Raptorium. I caught the tail end of one of their streams or a clip or something, and they're already ready. You have a lot of, look at Ironfish for an example. Oh, we want to change our algorithm. We got to go through our testnet. We got to do all this. So Big Piggy there was actually mentioned. They're already set up. If say an ASIC hits or, something, because in theory, you can make an ASIC for anything, even Ravencoin, Kapow. Yes, it's in resistance. It's impossible. No, it's not. It's just more expensive to do so because it's core based and all this stuff. And, and all they got to do is figure out the 4 or 5 rotations that Kapow, deals with, and they can make an ASIC. It's going to cost a lot more to build, and that's why they don't really make them, because it's not as easy as the other ones, but it can be done. That's one thing to keep in the back of your mind. It can be done. Now, Raptorium has 20 mini algorithms with them. It's going to be even harder to build an ASIC and all these things, or even an X5 update, stuff like that. But they already have things in play. They can say they can simply swap algos. Like, they have stuff where if something happens, they can just flip the switch like tomorrow. Like, they have things ready to already move it. They're ahead of the game, where a lot of coins are sleeping behind the game. Like we're looking at Ironfish right now. Oh, we're going to do this test net. We're going to ask devs to help us. They got the LOL miner dev working out the algo, and they're working on it. It's a progress. It's in test net right now. But Raptorium, they already have the fixes in place. If they want to do, if an ASIC hits today, tomorrow it could be changed. Like, that's how fast they're already ready to go. So they are ahead of the game in a lot of things. And there's some smart people behind that coin, like Big Piggy, for example. He's been around for a long time. But again, I'm not here to pump up Raptorium or do anything, but they have been building. They're ahead of the game. They're thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead, and they're doing some crazy stuff. It's interesting. All right, so I need a third node. Stop talking about it. CPU or GPU for 2024? That's a very tough question. And when you talk about 2024, in theory, you're going to be talking about 2025 as well. 2024, next year, technically next week is, well, we're not starting the bull run next week or the beginning. Like I said, the bull run's not going to begin till after the halving, sometime in the middle of 2024. But that's a tough question to really answer on. Is what do you build right now, CPUs or GPUs? We are seeing GPU profitability start to pick up again, but the only thing we don't know about is the unknown factor of how many GPUs are still waiting to turn on. It's crazy to wonder, because right now there's hardly any GPUs on right now, hardly any at all. If we just look at some of these gauges here, where is it? Is this it? GPUs? No, not that one. Where's close to? Oh, I haven't updated my close to Eth one for a very long time. But, just for a small perspective, I can't find it. I don't know where it is. Oh, man. Smart nodes, Ethermine. No. Why do I still have Ethermine spreadsheet for something? Where's my close to Eth one? I can't find it. I lost it. Revenue per watt. Wow. Okay, I lost my spreadsheet. That was Ether. Okay, I can't find my spreadsheet that had the stuff that was. Is it on here? Total income. Like, it's not this one, but it was like this one. I can't find it, guys. I apologize, but let's just go for an example. Here's Ethereum. This is one thing we got to understand, but keep in mind all the time. The big, huge, unknown blank spot that we don't know is how many GPUs are left to turn online. Now, if there still aren't that many, or, too many people gave up, China gave up on all their farms, they threw everything in the trash, like GPUs that are actually gone. Now, you may have seen, I went out and bought a mining farm and stuff like that. That is not hash rate gone. That is a miner's hash rate moving to another miner, which means that's hash rate that's still going to go back online. The unknown is how many GPUs are in the trash, gone, never going to turn back on again. And that's the number we really got. That's the unknown factor that will determine if GPUs are looking good or not. Now, if you're mining through this bear market, obviously paying out of pocket for power when you're at losses, you're going to get some nice gains, but you still can't defeat the fact that if you would have just bought the coin instead, you would have make a whole bunch more than if you were to mine the coin at that loss, covering power out of that. But the point is, Ethereum in its low was $21.9 million. That's at time of proof of stake. It was paying $21.9 million to the miners at like the day before the merge. Now, at the high, when all the hash rate was coming in, it was paying over $60 million to the miners. Over 60. Now, let's just go back into mining pool stats here for a second, just kind of get you an idea what that means. Look at Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is paying $48 million. The next best coin is Kaspa at 1.37. Ethereum was paying over 11 times more than what Kaspa is paying right now when it dropped a lot in price at a bear market, and that's why things are still profitable. Ethereum was soaking up and absorbing all the hash rate, and that's why Ravencoin, Flux, and other coins were profitable, because the majority of all the hardware was mining Ethereum. Now, Ethereum disappeared. It had over 10 million GPUs on it. 10 million. That's at like 70-75% of the network hash rate at the time, because we figured 30% or so was probably ASIC. It was 100% mostly GPUs, not ASICs. Now, if we were around today, if Ethereum was around right now, it would be a lot more ASICs, because now we have all those, all the new Jazz miners and all that, and they're so efficient, they'd be making so much, and then the hash rate would just be exploding. But there was a majority of GPUs, and it was paying out so much per hardware there. Now, if we go into, I have another spreadsheet here where I was looking at bear mining. This one right here, bear mining, for an example, when I kind of put together Flux and some other coins right here. So I was putting together, some coins. Here's Flux, here's Ravencoin, for an example. When I did this, it was a month ago or something. It has about 144,000 3080s. Remember, Ethereum had about 10 million. 144,000 is hardly any GPUs online right now compared to that. And you're making a profit of -8 cents. We might be slightly profitable depending on GPU right now. I'm not sure. But the point is, you're paying out of pocket if you're mining Ravencoin at this time at 11-cent power. Some people had cheaper power. It didn't matter. Maybe most people have a more expensive power than I have, which is 11 cents. Now, in theory, if you were to hodl this loss of 8 cents paying out of pocket, and then the bull run hits and it hits its all-time high, that would now be worth $3.61 that you mined for the last entire year per day on a single 3070, which is now looking pretty good. But then I went back into it, and you can see I could have bought for 730 days, which is 2 years worth of mining. You could have paid $289 per month this is $289 that you would have paid for power the entire time, and bought yourself 19,000 Ravencoin. You would have made an extra $1,700 if you would have just bought the coin instead of mining it. You would have made $4,447 if Ravencoin hits its all-time high next year, over making only $2,637. So it just made a lot more sense to just buy the coin. You would almost double, or not quite double, I guess, about 40% more, extra 1,700 from 26. So you can see you would have made a whole bunch more. But then say it turns on here. Now say 400,000 hit Ravencoin in the bull run. Now we're talking bull run, guys, full-fledged. We're hitting all-time highs. Everyone's like, yes, we're back to $5 a day. Some days Ethereum was paying a 3090. We were getting like $14, $15 a day on a 3090. Absolutely insane profits. Now, if 400,000 GPUs turned on to Ravencoin at the all-time high of 22 cents that Ravencoin was at, you'd only be making $1.07 per GPU. This is one thing I'm kind of pointing at. We could hit the peak run of the bull run on GPUs, and if all this hardware turns on, our GPUs can only be making possibly $1. We could be higher profits right now than when everything hits all-time highs, because all the hash rate turns back on. In theory, we could probably only be at 50-cent profits, 20-cent profits. That's one thing, and that's where the big unknown comes in about how many GPUs are still waiting to turn on. Until we hit the peak of the bull run and we see the profitability, we cannot say GPU mining is going to be back, because I still don't think it's actually going to be. I feel that GPUs at the peak of the bull run, they may only be making a couple dollars. They might only be making 50 cents at that time. But it all depends on those GPUs that actually turn back on. But that's the big unknown factor, because the hardware that's out there is just insane. And now we're also thinking, Radiant could pump, this could pump, Nexa could pump. Within the next 2 years, we might not even be able to mine any of those coins on a GPU anymore, because they're all could end up being in the ASIC category by that point. So that's another thing we really have to keep in mind before we go and spend $80,000 on a mining farm or something like that, because the GPUs look like a good price. It might not be the best thing to do at this time, but this is also the time when you want to accumulate, because hardware prices are going to start going up again. There are just so many unknowns. I feel that this bull cycle is a reset for GPUs, because if it does turn out to only be in $1 to $2 a day at the peak of a bull run, even though we're at all new all-time highs, people are going to give up and say, this is crap. You know, I didn't spend $40,000 to make $2 a day for a year, and then all of a sudden we're back into a bear market again. And that's when we do most of our mining, is in those bear markets, and the hash rates drop off and people give up. So I feel a reset may happen, and then 2029 may bring GPU mining back. Maybe not quite as good as Ethereum was in 2021, but it should bring it back, because we might have a bunch of discouraged miners at that point. We're also going to have probably 2 or 3 new gens of hardware. So we're going to have like NVIDIA, 7090s or something by that bull run. And then we're just going to have a lot more efficient hardware, and things could look a lot better. We'll have a lot of mature coins at that point. You know, Dynex, Flux, all these things will be mature by the time the next bull run comes around. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. But again, you know, there's just so many unknown factors with GPUs right now that we can't really predict how well they're going to go. I really think they're still not going to be too hot, but we'll see. It'll be interesting. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that situation. ETC will pump harder. It is limited. Yeah, that ETC, you know, I'm definitely hoping ETC does something. If you're unaware, the Spiral hard fork on Ethereum Classic is coming. I'm not exactly sure what all it's supposed to do. It's supposed to remove a lot of features that was added to the network back when, what's it called? Back when they had their old DAO hack, you know, and it's called the split from Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. A lot of that's going to be removed. So I don't know what's going on. We really need exchanges to start dropping those confirmations. That's a major factor I feel that's hurting ETC right now, is the exchanges. It's not the coin. You can send ETC to any wallet, to anybody fast, very fast, you know, just like Ethereum speed, and a lot cheaper. But it's the exchanges, I feel they're hurting it quite a bit right now, because it takes, like, depending on the exchange, upwards of 12 to 24 hours just to receive your coins, because they have like 5,000 confirmations. Now, I do believe MEXC did drop it quite a bit, down to maybe only 2 hours, like 500 confirmations or 200. I can't remember what it is, but I think they dropped it a bit. But most of the exchanges, they still have it way up there, and I think that's kind of retarded of them, but that's just me. I don't know why they're still doing that. Custom computing. Oh yeah, there's custom computing. You guys keep asking me, where are you sending your stuff for hosting? Well, guess what? Spam them. Spam custom computing. He needs more people. I think he's almost getting full, but you know what? Spam him anyway. Do it. Say, hey, I need hosting. I need hosting. But yeah, that's where I'm sending my stuff. Custom computing right there. So if you're looking to get a hold of him, see how much room he has left or anything, send him a shout. And yes, Canadians, Fudweiser. This is in Canada also. This is a Canadian host. Isn't that awesome? When's laser GPUs that Kaspa promised? I don't even know what those things are. Honestly, what is an optic miner? Like, I know, yeah, in the white paper, there's supposed to be better Kaspa miners than even the ASICs that emerge, and supposed to go over to optic mining. But I have no idea what optic mining is. Like, I tried Googling optic miner. They don't exist. I don't know what it is. Is it like a laser? How do you mine Kaspa with a laser? Shoot it at a plane in the sky? No, that's bad. Don't do that, guys. But like, what do you do with a laser? What is an optic miner? I have no idea what that is. One exists in a laboratory. So that's the one thing to say. Well, their next step is a $10 billion supercomputer. Like, I don't know. I have no idea what an optic miner is. If one exists in the world, how do they even put it in their plans to have it being a thing, if it probably will never be a thing? It'll be out of Kaspa by the time that thing releases, which makes sense. Maybe it only uses 1 watt for frickin' a quadrillion terahash. Like, I don't even know what hash rate that would be. An X. So let's see. Where's my hash rate calculator? Hash power calculator. What is this hash thing? A zettahash. There we go. Maybe it only uses 1 watt for a zettahash, which is a frickin' lot of hash rate. And then, you know, the block reward is only 0.00001 Kaspa by that point in the next 5 years or something. Like, it's going to be so small that you'll need something like this, because it's only going to use 1 watt or something. But I have no idea what the heck an optic miner is. But it better be efficient, because you're definitely going to need efficiency. Optical computers are a thing, but that sounds like a lie. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what an optic miner is. I've never heard of that. But no, actually, I did hear of it because Kaspa did say that. They did say optic miner. So I still don't know what that is. NASA supercomputers are currently 50% of Monero. The other 50% is botnets. What? NASA supercomputer? There is one computer. I can't remember. Oh, someone messaged me about it. Was it a month ago? There's like some super top secret supercomputer that you can rent. It's like $1 million. I don't know if it's $1 million a day or $1 million a month, but it's like 12 or 1300 cores. It's about 4 gigahertz per core per chip. I don't know how many threads, but it's some monster supercomputer. I would really like to know the hash rate on that. And it uses probably like the power of New York to run it for an hour. I don't even know, but there's some monster supercomputer out there that's coming out, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe that's the beginning of Skynet. I'm not sure. From my understanding, Chia optic miners is laser-based hard drives on a glass subtract, but yeah, it won't happen for years. Well, yeah, that makes sense. You know, laser hard drives, you know, back when they started with the spinning thing, you know, your CDs are laser, but like, how do you get, what is an optic laser miner for actual mining? How does it validate a blockchain? What is this laser pointing to do something to mine with? I don't know. Like maybe that's what they meant. Optic laser. Maybe you're going to be mining Kaspa with a freaking disk drive, a CD-ROM drive. It seems like a downgrade in hardware, but if it's super efficient, somehow they figure. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. Dave Hall, welcome to the Wolfpack. Much appreciated. What does it mine? Zephyr at? Yeah, exactly. I wonder what the Zeph hash rate is. I have no idea. That'd be interesting to see. Well, 1 year ago, Veer's hash rate went up for 2 month 800 gigahash. Yeah, what? Let's take a look at that. Can we see? Let's take a look at what is it? Veer's coin. Veer's coin. Is there a hash rate thing for Veer's coin anywhere that we can see historic stats? Hash rate. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see. Yeah, I don't know what their hash rate is. As of December. Right now it's at 712. So it's almost at an all-time high of 800. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot of hash rate for like no profitability. What is Veer's coin making right now? I guess a lot of it could be cell phones. That's a lot of cell phones for that. But Veer's coin right now, and yeah, it's like 28 cents. On a 3900X, you're making 28 cents. It's not. It is definitely an efficient algorithm. Verscoin definitely has. It's doing a lot of cool things. Potential for some nice price explosions. But personally, I'd be mining something else up here. And if you want Verscoin, I would then just be selling it and swapping it into Verscoin. You'd be getting a lot more Verscoin than mining it. But that's just me. That's just the way I do things. What do we got here for profitability on a 3900X? Anyway, 39. Yeah, 3900X. Oh, we got a lot of these GR coins. We got Reaction here at $1.25. Avian, I don't know if that's correct or not, if it's actually doing that right now. There's next to no volume, but we'll see. F Society's at $1.05. MechUAU is 96. So what's the top? This is $1.25. So I'm trying to get 2 more Ghost Rider coins added into the calculator here. You may have heard of them. One is... well, actually 3, I think. Nikki, OSINPay, and what is the other one? I got it in my spreadsheet here. Bear Mining, Ghost Rider, OSINPay, and Subi. Yeah, Subi's the other one. So I think they used to be more profitable than the rest, but I don't know what they're at right now. So I'm going to do a quick up. Actually, I just did Subi. Subi looks like $1.23 now on a 3900X. OSINPay is down to $1.12. Reaction. Oh, I didn't update. I just updated the top 2 here. So $1.23. Now, what was this saying? Okay, Reaction is a bit ahead of it now. So Reaction's up there. Interesting. Interesting. Cool stuff. But yeah, we're seeing decent profitability on CPUs. But I feel CPUs pretty soon might be dropping, depending on network hash rates, obviously, because there has been a big influx of people building CPUs. We see Panda, he put together about 15 of them the other day there. He got them in. Some people have been emailing me, thank you. I just ordered 100 CPUs, like insane. Like they don't even, a lot of the, I don't know, it's crazy, guys. Like it's not just starting with a single 3900X player. It's like, I just ordered 100 CPUs. I'm like, wow. Did you what? Like that's lots. Like 100. Like serious. Think about it. I just ordered 100 3900Xs. You know, another guy. I just ordered 20 Epics. Like, holy crap! Like that's not cheap to get that many all at once, and not even real. Like they're just diving in. Like, oh my, the FOMO is strong. So be very careful, guys. But you know, like I said, I always kind of keep track of things. I look for what's efficient. If CPU mining hash rate could be picking up quite a bit. Now, there's a lot of coins out there, but a lot of them just think, okay, Zeph, I'm going to mine Zeph. But like we just looked at, the GR coins are more profitable than Zeph right now. So that's one thing that kind of there. You're still going to have to be pretty active. You know, it's not just set it and forget it like it used to be with Ethereum stuff. You're going to be tough to, if you really want to keep your profitability up, you're going to have to change your rigs every couple days. Now, setting up 100 rigs all at once is going to take a very long time, probably at least a couple weeks to get them all stable, because Silicon Lottery, everything runs different. Then you're going to have to, if you put them all in Windows, that's definitely going to suck, especially if you plan on switching coins and stuff. So, you know, I think some people are really FOMOing a little too hard. And if you're watching this right now and you're up in the air, if you want to get into CPU mining, you know, get a couple rigs, sure, no problem, no issue at all. You know, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. But make sure it's in the range where you can get used to it, not be banging your head against the wall. If you throw it there and deep dive into 100, you're probably going to get mad pretty fast, especially trying to tweak them all. And then something could be wrong with one. And then, like I said, to really get your CPU stable, it's going to take at least 4 to 5 days until you realize that something may go down or not. So it takes a while to actually get them stable based on Silicon Lottery, and then you start tweaking with RAM timings and voltages to really make better efficiencies. It could be a headache, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, I think the CPU hash is definitely going to be picking up. So, you know, I got actually a couple more hard drives in. I'm going to be looking at for a little bit more on the Chia things. We got ETMC nodes going. So I'm looking into lots of other possibilities in case, you know, CPUs end up turning into GPUs, because that definitely can happen. And it won't take very long for that to happen either. Mike Baldwin, this sounds familiar. Where's Mike Baldwin? What did he say? What did Mike Baldwin say? I see you guys at me a lot. I'll go through all these really quick, but I got to see what Mike Baldwin said. What did Mike say? I can't find it. Budweiser, what did Mike Baldwin say? All right, I'm screwed. Okay, we went to the NASA supercomputer thing. Dave Hall, we seen that. That was Chris at Rabid Mining. What was? Wow, nice picture of your backyard, Rabid. What? What are you talking about? Picture of my backyard. Where? Where's there a picture of my backyard? I'm confused. I need to switch and buy some CPUs now. See, there we go. He's buying a bunch of CPUs. Is avian calculation correct? That's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know if that one's actually correct or not, because they have a lot of issues. Let's find out. Well, what's there? Let's start with what is their avian Minotaur X. Let's see what their 5,000 in volume. Not too shabby. Price is down quite a bit. The hash rate drop off, not too much. I'm not sure. I get kind of messed up, especially with these coins that use multi algorithms, because maybe the block rewards, because the block, what's it called? The Explorer may be showing, you know, whatever, but then you got to take into account, you know, how many of the blocks are being found by GPUs, how many of the blocks are actually being found on CPUs. Like, look at this. We can see 2 CPU blocks, then a crap ton of GPU blocks, and then 1 CPU block. Here we have a bunch of CPU blocks in a row, and then a GPU, CPU, GPU, CPU. It's really hard. Like, obviously it's not take turns here, but I don't know how it works. So you'd have to really dig down and see how many of the coins are distributed to CPUs, how many of the coins are distributed to GPUs, to really figure out the proper calculations there. Because a lot of the calculators, including mine, it does base off that blockchain's Explorer. And a lot of times the Explorer information isn't correct. especially on a lot of the crappy coins. I'm not saying that Avian's crappy. I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't really say what's mining what. What do we got here? I turned a few on FUD over 26k coins now. Oh, Mike Baldwin turned on a few somethings. He turned stuff on. Oh, here he is again. And maybe I should turn on all mine on. Turn all yours on. What do you got? All your what? CPUs? Do it. May as well. Everyone else is. Rabid, look at the spike in the chart. Sheldon Irving, which chart? Which chart are we looking at? Avian? This one right here? This chart? Or are we looking at the spike in hash over here? Minotaur X. Which chart are we looking at? I'm not sure what chart we're looking at. Oh, turn on all CPU rigs. Rabid, check out Space Mesh and Subspace. Both early proof of space projects. Yeah, I was getting some emails and messages about that, checking them out. Supposedly Space Mesh, it doesn't require much to really get going, like just an old crappy CPU that you would have run. I think you need all you need is like at least 2 cores or something, and then you should be good to go. Other than that, you just need like a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive. Like, I don't know the full specs, but Space Mesh is something could definitely look into for sure. It all depends on the room you have, and yeah, like, I don't know. I don't really. I do got to check it out. It could turn into something. It's just that right now I'm just sticking to what all the stuff I have, you know, the CPUs, you know, maybe some node stuff. And I just been slowly expanding that stuff, you know, not trying new things. I should start trying some new things, get used to it, but I haven't really been doing any of that. Do you have a new mic? Sounds great. Yes, I do have a new mic. I'm still trying to figure out how to tweak it and stuff. I think it's a little louder than it was. I had to drop the compression levels a little bit to bring it up. But I still haven't found the sweet spot. It's going to take me, this is taking longer than my CPU rigs to set up. This mic has so many different adjustments to figure out here. But yeah, so I did get a new mic. This is the Shure SM7B. It's not in the cheap range of the microphone, and it also needs an amp. So I also got a side amp to magnify the gain of the mic, because you need something pretty strong to power it. So it's pretty crazy mic, but yeah, it's a new mic, and hopefully I get it tweaked out eventually. But yeah, it's nice to know that it's sounding all right. You ordered a 7980X Threadripper system. Oh my gosh, that is a beast. That's new gen Threadripper also. Like, hopefully, do you need that for anything else, or is that strictly for mining? Because that is beast mode and a half, and that is not cheap. Not cheap at all. Wow, 7980. Let's take a look at the specs of that thing. Where's 7980X? I want to see which one that is. 7980X. Threadripper. And Threadrippers are better than Epics because they got faster base cores than Epics, but they are also a lot more expensive. So what do we got here? Base clock is 3.2. Crazy. 64 cores. 64 core, 3.2 base clock. So this is, in theory, this would double. No, not quite double. 2.23. So the Epic 7742 is 2.23 or so of a base clock. This is 3.2. Trying to think what this would hash at per thread. For the Epic is doing that. 3. It'll probably be about 40% more than an Epic. So what was the Epic? About 47 kilohash. So let's just go. We'll go 47, and then I'll just times that by 40. An extra 18 kilohash. So let's see. Wow. So on a 60, that could be sick. That could be around 65 kilohash on that. Wow. That's huge. 65 kilohash on Zeph or RandomX. That's insane. Now I don't know if that'll actually be it, but let's just take a look at some profitability. 65 kilohash on RandomX. I don't know what the power would be. You know, let's go 500 watts on that thing, which is probably still pretty good. It's about $6 a day on free power, $4.66 a day at 11 cents per power. So not too bad. Price range on that thing though is probably pretty darn high. Plus Zeph price is down quite a bit. It'll be crazy. Now, okay, you know what? We want to do some crazy speculation? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take a look at this. Now let's see. Like, which one is it? That one. No, I keep hitting the wrong button. Sorry, guys. This one. So, oh, you can't see it all. Darn it. Wow, this sucks. You can't really see. Okay, so here's Zeph. I'm just going to update it to what it is right now. Zeph price. Zephyr. 1.61 gigahash online. So update this. 6.1. Price is currently at 1814. 1814. It took a little trip. You guys know that one, right? Oh, I don't believe I just did that. Anyway, so 13.5 kilohash, 3900X. So right now we're making about $1.22 on Zeph in theory, based on the current network conditions and price right now, this very second. So my farm would be about $55 a day after power 38. That's not. It used to be like $100 and some when it was at 50. Plus, the network hash rate was a lot higher than it was. But regardless, we're looking at $18. Now, let's say Zeph hits $400. If Zeph hits $400, like what were we mining right now? Right now could be worth $27 a day on a single 3900X. Now, times that over the next, so 2 years. 2 years from now could be actually, and technically in 2 years from now, we will already be done the top of the bull peak. In theory, if it happens in November, it would have happened last month. So we don't even have a full 2 years left till we're starting technically the next bear market. That's sad to say already. I don't want to say that because we're just coming up to this bull market. But anyway, so what is, we'll just go 30 days less. So 365 times 2 minus 30. So 700 days. So over the next 700 days to the Bitcoin high in theory. So $27 times 700. Wow. So a single 3900X, if you were mining Zeph and it does hit $400 and you're getting this amount for the next 2 years, in 2 years, your 3900X will make $18,900. I think that's going to hit ROI pretty darn fast. Can you imagine that? 18,000 on a single 3900X in 2 years? If it hits $400 and you're hodling it the entire time, because we're based on yield here. Based on yields, you're getting 0.06 coins per day over 700 days, which is 2 years, 30 days less than 2 years. And that equals to $27 a day right now. 0.6 coins, times it all up, 2 years, 18,900, almost $19,000 USD on one 3900X. Now, again, speculation doesn't mean Zeph's going to hit that. As the price goes up, the hash rate's going to increase as well and so on. But that's kind of how you do numbers based on the bear market. Now, what's different with the CPUs versus the GPUs, remember, paying out of pocket, yada, 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 hodling. At the GPU side in the bear market, you would have been better to buy the coins. But these CPUs have been profitable the entire time, covering their power, doing everything they got to do. So you are making more than if you were to buy the coin in the first place, unlike the GPU side of things. So that's another thing where, you know, mining, looking for profitability, mine on the hardware that makes money. That's why my GPUs are still off. Yeah, we're still seeing, you know, 90 to $1. What are we seeing now on most of these? You know, some of these actually, the 4090 is making more than some of my CPU, so that's actually good. But when we get to the 3000 series, because most of mine are 3000, you know, 96 cents. Where's the next one? 3080, 70 cents. 4070 is down here. 3060 Ti, you know, 59 cents. You know, it's not worth turning CPUs off to turn on my GPUs, because my CPUs are still making over double of what the GPUs I have are. Now, I do have a 4090 in my workstation. I do run that when I'm not live streaming stuff. It is making decent money, but that's the only GPU I really ever have on right now, is that one. But yeah, interesting stuff. Crewman, yeah, so it's nice to see you at the live stream here. So I want to ask you a question. Can you hear me? Crewman, you there? Hey, just looking. What's going on? What's happening? It's crazy how cheap I'm able to build a 3900X rig right now. Can do it all for like the cost of a 3060. Yeah, it's crazy because people, they don't really know. And I remember when I first started buying and building my first couple 3900X rigs, I was going to a gamer. And, you know, I was like, I bought this. And he's like, what are you doing? Why do you want both of these? Because he said, oh, he's selling his 3900X because he upgraded to a Threadripper because he was doing some 3D vendor work and stuff like that, which makes sense, you know? And he's like, I didn't know people mine on these things. I'm like, yeah, well, I do. Most people don't, but I do. He's like, crazy. That's interesting. Cool. And then, you know, that's how I did my transactions. But like so many people don't know that a CPU is used for mining. You look at a GPU, oh, you're a miner, you're this, you're that, you know, miner. But CPU and miner don't really mix together yet. And a lot of gamers don't realize this. They know their GPUs, they can probably try and scalp them to miners, but they don't know about the CPUs, which is why we can still kind of find deals in the used market. But eventually the word will get out, and it's picking up pretty fast. So it'll be interesting. So yeah, Crew Man. So next Saturday is probably when I'll be doing the giveaway. And I mentioned in my video, if you didn't see it or not, I'm going to be using other YouTubers. You know, kind of how Panda points people to it and stuff. But I gotta use people's videos that I know will be online because there's going to be the spam filter that's going to be filtered, and you're going to have to like unblock stuff like that. So I'm looking for people that will be online around then so that they can go to their channel and unblock people from the spam filter when it happens, because you know it'll be like post your address or post whatever. So I was thinking of using one of your videos though, Crewman, give you a boost to your channel. And I was going to ask you on Twitter or something, but I see you're here, so I guess I'll asking you now. So if you're okay to be online next week, I'll try to pick one of your videos and then we'll point people towards it to comment and stuff, and hopefully they'll subscribe as well. And we'll need you online also to be preventing people from getting blocked. But yeah, so yeah, I was figuring I'll do that out. So, Crewman, to you. Yeah, no pressure. Don't mess it up. It's up. You know, remember if you don't unblock someone, it's a chance that they could have won and they didn't. No pressure at all. I'm just bugging you. I'm just joking, guys. Don't worry about it. It's pretty simple. Curious to see how, the stupid heart thing is blocked. We have the 3990X mines. Hopefully the bins are swanky. Yeah, sweet. All right, Crewman's excited. All right, sounds good. So yeah, next week is when I plan on doing the giveaway stuff in a live stream. If you missed the video, most of you probably seen it. The comments were crazy in it. But yeah, so we're giving away 1,000 USD worth of Ethereum of all coins, but that is what Guntis from mineshop.eu. Guys, check out mineshop.eu, by the way, and I do have a code. Let me see here. Yeah, I got it right here. That's mineshop.eu. Mineshop.eu, and code rabidmining100 is also 100 euros off anything in the store. So he is an ASIC mining shop in the UK, and he also, you know, he does a lot of videos, and he used to do a lot of videos. Now he's mostly doing his business stuff. But yeah, he is giving away the 1,000 USD in Ethereum, so be sure to check out his shop and everything. That is much appreciated. I will be giving away about $100 in Zeph. I am also going to be giving away 2 draws for 24 hours hash rate. So my entire CPU farm, you can point it to any coin that you want that is CPU mineable. It's your choice, whatever you want. And if you do pick a random X, someone asked me in the comments, does the X5 count? And I'll try to see if I can juggle power around to get it turned on. Right now it's guaranteed my CPU rigs. But if you guys pick like just Monero for an example, then maybe I could turn on the X5. I'll see if I can work things around for that. But we'll see what happens, but for sure, it's obviously all the CPUs. And then there'll be another draw, which I wanted to have the video released already, but I didn't. I've been busy, and then the Christmas stuff, but we'll see what happens here. But the members only will also get their own video to get their own 24-hour hash rate draw for my entire CPU farm as well. So members only will get their own, and obviously members are eligible to everything, all the draws, on top of their only small prize pool of the members only video. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Is my X5 off? Yes, it is off. Why should I have it on? Mine's Monero. It's garbage. Until it mines Zeph, then I'll turn it on. I do turn my X5 on sometimes to mine. Let's take a look at that right now. What is it making right now? I do have it in my calculator right here. Calculate. So right now, Monero, it's making $3 a day at like 1,300 watts. No, like I said, like 1,300 watts. Let's turn that into a 3900X example. These are things I look at. So let's go. How many? 3? Okay, 5. Okay, 7. Oh my gosh, 9. Okay, 10. All right, so we're about the same amount of power now as the X5 with 10 3900Xs. So CPUs, oh, look at that, $12 a day, $10 a day, $10 a day after power. Or the X5 by itself with just one is currently making like $3 a day for the same amount of power. No, that's horrible. That's why I look at, even with the ASICs, like you look at an L7 and stuff, it's making what, $8, $10, $11 a day. Awesome. But it's using 3,400 frickin' watts. That is the stupidest thing ever. Yeah, you got an L7 that's making $10 a day after power at 3,400 watts. Look, here's my, let's see here. Let's just go, let's take 3900X. Let's find 3,400 watts worth of 3900Xs right now. Oh, that's a lot too, that's way too many. 30 of them. Oh, a little less, 25. 33, 26. So one L7 is about the same amount of power as 26 3900Xs. So now you got what, $8, $9 after power on an L7, or I could run the same amount of power on CPUs and make $38 a day, $32 after power. Let's go to something that's not red, $27. I'm making like 3 times more than an L7 is making for the same amount of power. These are the things I look at for myself. What is making me the most per watt? What is the most efficient hardware? And like, why would I want to run an L7 to make $8 after power when I could be running the same amount of power with this many CPUs and make 3 times more? These are the things I look at, and that's why I feel if hash blades come out, the L7 is trash. The hash rate's going to start exploding here. It's going to start going up. An L7 at $8 a day after power, or a hash blade that's probably using 10 cents a day in power, making $1 or something. A hash blade is obviously a no-brainer. Yeah, it's expensive, $2,000, but still it's an ROI supposedly of around 1 year at the current prices. That's a good ROI. 1 year, 2 years is good. Most businesses, an ROI is 3 to 5 years that they expect something back. You know, miners got really, I don't even know how to explain it. The Ethereum, $14 a day on a single 3070, 3-month ROI is gone to too many people's heads. You know, 1 to 2 year ROI in crypto is good. I think that's a good investment. Everyone else thinks, oh, it's over 6 months. No, oh, that's a year ROI. That's trash. No, it's not. You're going to get your money back in 2 years. After that, it's all profit. I don't even look at ROI. When I grow my farm, ROI isn't even factored into the occasion because that doesn't make sense, especially in a bear market. Oh, I have an ROI of 5 years right now because we're in a bear market and coin prices are trash, but I'm getting decent yields. Then all of a sudden the bull run hits. In theory, I might have something that looked like an ROI of 5 years may have ROI'd in 25 days because you hodled those coins. You just covered your power, whatever. And then, you know, your miner actually paid itself off in 25 days. And now you just made a huge chunk of profit when the bull run hit. So I don't calculate any ROI into any of my things. I do it like I do with the crypto mining simulator games, just like I mentioned to you guys before. The more you stack up, you know, 30 cents a day, 50 cents a day. In this case, with some of the CPUs, over $1 a day, you know, 1 rig $1, 2 rigs $2, 3 rigs $3, 4 rigs $4, 5 rigs $5. I mine crypto for different reasons. A lot of people are just looking to get rich, do this, but myself, I just use it for spending money. You know, I am hodling a couple of coins, which I talked about earlier. Raptorium, probably Zeph now, but most of it is like everyday spending money. You know, I'm able to stay home because I'm mining crypto. I build my farm slowly over time. It took me a good 4 years or something to get to this level. I didn't just dump it all at once and be out a big chunk, you know, and I only used crypto to cover it. So then my initial story, gaming PC, it took me 1 year to build my first dedicated CPU mining rig. From that point, it took 2 years years or 6 months. I mean, because I doubled it up. It took 6 months to build up off Monero, and then it took 3 months, and so on. As I got 3 rigs, 4 rigs, 5 rigs, and it just slowly stacked on. And now I just look at my farm. My farm could buy me another CPU rig in 3 days. I could buy the 4090. My farm will cover that 4090 I got in 20 days. I look at my farm's ROI on it. How much until my farm pays myself back, not how much each individual equipment pays itself off in stupid amounts of time. Because if you look at it right now, it's going to take 5 to 10 to 7,000 days based on hash rate.no on some of these things, when in theory it's only really going to take maybe 3 to 4 months, especially if you hodl out to the bull run. So these are the things I look at. It's about efficiency. It's about making the most that you can per watt of power, depending on your power price, infrastructure prices, and so on. So that's what I do in my mining thing. But again, it's totally different. Everyone's in a totally different situation. They look at things different. This is just my perspective on it and my perspective on how I look on it. Sure, maybe I'm going to miss out on crap tons of money in the bull because I've sold lots and spent lots, but it at least allowed me to be home with the family. It allowed me to go out and buy groceries with this. Sure, everyone's like, oh, just go out and get a real job. Like I said previously, I spent most of my life on drilling rigs, gone for anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks at a time, 12 hours days, home for maybe 3 to 7 days, and then gone again. I was 3/4 of the year, I was gone working 12-hour days. That's pretty much how it came down to. Now, crypto and mining allows me to be at home. I feel that's better off than becoming a millionaire after a couple of years. To me, that's just me. It just gives me the ability to do so. And, it's okay. That's how I do it. But whatever. That's just me. So what do we got here? Use the X5 at your friends as a space heater. Why is it stuck mining Monero only? Because there's a, what is it? Just like the E9 Pros with Bitmain. Bitmain's a deceiving company. Whether you like it or not, maybe you're in love with Bitmain. Some people really are. They do make great miners. Can't argue that. But they limit. Look at the E9 Pro. It can only mine FW, ETC, and something else. Like only coins over 200. It cannot mine Octa.Space. It cannot mine ZIL. It cannot mine the majority of the coins that are actually making anybody any money right now. ETC probably will when the price comes up. That's a different situation. I think ETC will do good eventually, but looking at profit levels right now, it sucks. It's one of the worst miners Bitmain ever released, in my personal opinion. But now they did the same thing on the X5. It has a blob error. I had the XMRig, one of the XMRig devs. I tested his dev pool. He was examining it for a few hours. He said it was giving out the blob errors. In the dashboard, it says blob error. And what that means, it's hard locked to a certain block height. It will not mine any coin or anything underneath that block height, which means it can only do Monero because it was designed for Monero and the block height above that. Zeph is exactly the same, but it cannot mine it because the block height's too low, because it's a newer coin, newer chain. So it's not reading the proper blob, I guess, and it just won't hash on that network. Maybe, maybe in 5-6 years, once Zeph hits to whatever they set that blob to, then it might just start mining. Or they could just release some new firmware, which a lot of people, I think, thought that was going to happen this month. They did release an update, but it wasn't for Zeph at all. It was just some optimizations for XMR again. Hash rate and everything stayed the same, but I don't know really what they did. I don't think they did anything. So maybe next year and next month, they'll both be the same thing because it is next year, next month. Maybe they will release another update. When I did update the X5 with the December 5th firmware, it actually, inside the dashboard, it says November 5th. So maybe in January, they will update it, and it'll be sometime in December, which is this month, and maybe those ones will be able to mine Zeph. Again, we still don't know. The rumors are that firmware was supposed to release this month for Zeph, but I think what happened is it got misguided down the lane. You ever play that game where you talk in someone's ear, 10 people down the road, it comes out totally different out of the last person there? I think someone heard there's a update coming for the X5 from Bitmain, and then it ended up being, oh, Zeph's coming. They're updating for Zeph. It's kind of what going on there, and it wasn't. It didn't happen. So we're going to have to wait another month and see if that happens or not. But we'll see what happens. But no, right now the X5 is turned off because it's literally a trash miner right now. That's all I can really say about it. It's not making very much for the power that it uses. It's only mining XMR. Yeah, they LHR'd it for sure. They definitely did. They LHR'd it to a single network. Going into this bull run knowing my SH is paid off. This time is just profit. Bad Cat, there you go. Do it. Last time was just ROI. See? Bad Cat knows what's going on. Don't look at an ROI value. And remember, each cycle is going to be different. The bull run's going to hit, and we're going to have a whole new flood of new people coming in, wanting to know how to mine, want to know how to do this. It's their first bull run. They've never seen a bear market before. See, now you guys, you've went through a bear market. You can kind of see what's going on, and you can prepare for the next one. A lot of people are probably going to be taking profits this time, where the people that are new, and it's definitely going to be easy to tell who's new, because they're going to, as Bitcoin hits an all-time high, I think, 100 to 120,000, 100, yeah, maybe 150, I don't know, but once it starts hitting $90,000-$100,000 Bitcoin and stuff, we're going to see 500,000 easy, 1 million Bitcoin coming easy. There's going to be these stupid announcements, and they're doing it right now already, these stupid things coming out. But just, when the price looks right for you, set a goal, sell at that point, and don't worry about it. Wait for the next bear market, because it's going to drop like 90% again, and you'll either get back in, or you'll buy your hardware, or do whatever you want to do at that point. But it's just a cycle that happens every single time. And then we're going to have new people learning their first bear cycle. And then there'll be more people knowing the cycles. And then we'll get new people. 2029 will hit. Brand new people coming in again. It's just a never-ending cycle of everything. Selling daily this time, only hardware I'll be buying is 4000 series GPU as I sell 30. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing the same thing, crewman. I don't have much for GPUs. I don't have a massive GPU farm like some. I only got 21 GPUs. Some of them, I only have about 2 or 3 Polaris cards. Most of them are all like 3060 Ti's, 3070, 3080, 3090. But that's what I did last cycle. I was a hardware. Obviously, Ethereum made it happen because it exploded and GPU hardware went up so high. I sold my Polaris cards for way more than they should have sold for, obviously. And I just swapped that into the 3000 series because that was the best hardware, the most efficient hardware at the time. And that's what we're leading into right now with the 4000. And if the 5000 does sneak out sometime in early 2025 or late 2024, a lot of people are saying, no, it's not going to happen. There are some leakers saying we could see a 5090 maybe by the end of next year. Hard to say, though. But if something happens, that will be the next best gen to have. They will be the efficient one. The 5000 series is supposed to also get a huge mem boost, which is going to be major over the 4000. But yeah, that's just the way we work. And more as new gens come out, the efficiency gets better and better, and that's the hardware you want. Just because you can buy a Polaris GPU for $50 doesn't mean that's like the L7 thing. You can buy an L3 or not L7, L3 Plus for $50. It doesn't mean it's a good idea unless you have free power. You could probably sell it later on for a lot more and get your money back. But if you're buying it for actually mining, that's one of the dumbest things you could ever do, in my opinion, based on my power price, because I would never turn that thing on. It uses too much power for the hash rate that it gets. The Mini Doge 3 that just came out is twice the efficiency now of the L3 Plus. So that's actually saying something versus an L3 Plus, which is a very dated miner. A lot of people do actually still use them, don't get me wrong. But personally, myself, and based on how I run my things, I feel just because I see an L3 Plus for $50 or something, it's one of the dumbest things if I want to buy that for mining. I would never do that. Stupid. But that's just me. Other people say otherwise. Get it. It's $50. It's awesome. Super deal. Who cares how good of a deal it is if it's going to make you lose money and power compared to something that could make you 5 times more or something, at a couple extra dollars. But that's just me. I don't count the ROIs in there and all that. I look at the efficiency of the equipment. What's going to make me the most per watt, not per equipment, not per miner. It's per watt of power that I'm using. Anyway, that's just me. Moore's Law is legit, so who knows? I'm excited to go to CES this year and see what NVIDIA does there. Yeah, I'm not going to go there, but that's awesome you are. But I'm definitely interesting to see what they actually do. what they actually unveil or what they try to sneak in there. Because you're hearing it all over the place. 5090 isn't going to happen for the next 2 years. Other people saying, yes, it's going to happen next year. We have no idea. Remember, like, people just bought the 3090 Ti, and then all of a sudden the 4090 drops on them like 2 or 3 months later. Well, I wasn't expecting that. They never released them that close together. You see all the reviews. Gamers Nexus, everyone, hardware unboxing. I apologize if you bought a 3090. This usually never happens, but now look, they're releasing the supers, so that's number one right there. Oh, you don't expect the 5000 series to drop. Now they're going to release the supers all throughout the year, and guess what? 2 or 3 months later, after the last super, bam, 5090. Thank you, NVIDIA. Give me your money. I want the new best GPU now. Why did you even release these stupid supers? But everyone bought them up because they're the next best card. That's marketing. That's what they do. So I expect the 5000 series to come. No matter, everyone's saying it's not. But I think they're probably going to come. And they're actually past where they usually drop already. The 3000 series came out when? 2020. We're 3 years into it. It's usually every 2-3 years. So we're already late on it. And NVIDIA said right from day one when the 4090 released, they already called that whole lineup a wash, which as miners, we're seeing them as the best gen over the 3000 series. But they already started day one production, or even probably started production on 5000 series before the 4090 even dropped, because they were done with it. They're moving on to the 5000. They wanted to put something big out when that thing releases. So I don't know. I think it's going to be coming, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, the supers are already a couple of months late. I know, but they're going to drop those, and they're probably going to drop a 5090 right after them and say, thank you. You bought the supers, now buy my 90s. Like, that's NVIDIA. That's what they do. That's what I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that 5090. I think that thing's going to be absolute beast. All right, Blackroot, Citigroup, ETC, all in the start, and it won't stay at BTC. They will want more of the cake. Oh, yeah, they're going to want everything. It's going to be insane. Absolutely insane. Anyway, guys, oh my gosh, I've been here way longer than I thought I was going to be. I have to get going and go to town 100 times. So I do appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream. I'll try to be back live for Christmas Eve tomorrow. We can talk more about this, get some questions ready. We'll do an AMA and stuff. But I do appreciate everyone for showing up to this. I'll see you on the next one. Merry Christmas. Rabid out.